12 months ago, we told you how Bay County Fire Rescue staffing shortages has led to some rural fire stations being temporarily closed. Firefighters from the rural stations are being reassigned to meet the demand. As News 13's Maggie McGuigan tells us, today commissioners took steps to keep crews in all of the stations while continuing to hire additional personnel.
Over the past 2 months, Bay County Fire and Emergency Services admittedly prioritized staffing urban stations and keeping EMS on the road. Firefighters from the Sandhills and Bear Creek stations were pulled to fill in to help with short staffing at other stations due to vacations, sick days, or other circumstances. But the temporary closures at those rural stations concerned nearby residents, even though county officials assured them response times are meeting the standard for rural areas. Nevertheless, Bay County commissioners took steps Tuesday toward a temporary solution, even taking accountability for a lack of transparency with residents in surrounding neighborhoods.
Folks out in that area, we have failed letting them know what we're doing, why we're doing it. Fire stations just turn the lights out. It's just, we need to do better.
Commissioners approved over $2 million for optional overtime hours.
As the battalion chiefs are putting their schedules together, as far out as they're looking, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly, as they identify opportunities for overtime, they'll be able to reach out to personnel and extend the opportunity to voluntarily work overtime.
The money is coming out of the general fund and Municipal Services Benefit Unit reserves. Reserves are the county's savings account in the event of an emergency. The county set a 10-year goal to save about 27% of the operating budget to build the reserve fund each year.
If we max fund the overtime, then we're going to be moving even further back from the reserve standpoint, which means that they're going to have to work even more to create and meet that reserve goal that we've set for them now 9 years into the future. Now, the offset of that is, in doing this, it allows us to be able to meet the needs of the community, which is the entire purpose anyway.
Still, officials say this should keep the 2 rural stations open more often while considering additional ideas.
One of the other things we were asked to look at today was instead of placing the rural stations out of service, kind of rotating those stations out of service around the community. So, you'll see us start a dialogue about how we're going to do that, but it may very well be that if a rural station is not staffed, we may put a station in the urban area out of service.
But the permanent solution will come in the form of hiring new firefighters and EMS.
We just hired 12 people starting at the beginning of this new budgetary year. We just approved 20 new positions for this year. We've got folks that we're interviewing that should be onboarding soon.
Fire and EMS shortages are a nationwide problem, so recruiting has to be attractive. Bay County has been offering signing bonuses for 2 years. They're also considering different working schedules.
We're seeing a lot of feedback from candidates who are opting not to take employment with us in relation to the way we're currently assigning our shift schedule, which is a traditional 24-48.
The county intends to change from the current 24 hours on, 48 hours off to a 48-96 schedule in the spring. That's 2 consecutive days on and 4 days off.
It is a work in progress. It's going to continue to be a work in progress. We're constantly hearing from the public to live within our means, and that's really what this is a byproduct of, is living within our means and the department growing as it can, as the economy and as revenue dictates.
In Bay County, Maggie McGuigan, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
The county will be getting status updates each quarter on the overtime spending until it's no longer necessary.